What's going on, guys? It's Adam P. Welcome back to more Newcastle United content. Just behind me is where Newcastle United will play their final game of the Asia Tour within the next couple of days. And despite Newcastle, while not being successful on the pitch, have certainly been successful off the pitch in this Asia Tour. It's always been the story back home. It's always been the story of the likes of Alexander Isak and how it has been a nightmare of a summer for us, and it continues to get worse. We have supporters at our own training ground today, putting up banners, calling Isak a rat. Not to mention the story yesterday is even worse than what was originally reported. Isak has went to Spain without the approval of Newcastle. He's went there on his own accord during this thigh injury or whatever the club's been portraying it to be at this point. But just before we get into all of that, if you guys are new around here, make sure you get down there and hit that subscribe button. 61% of you watching this video are not subscribed, so make sure you do that. I say smash the like button if you enjoy it. I don't think any Newcastle fans are going to enjoy this, but I suppose if you enjoy me going on this explosive rant about the player now, because I've been holding back on them. I've been a person that's played devil's advocate, and I've been someone that's gave Isak the benefit of the doubt, because in social media there can be misinformation, there can be misleading information, but it has been reported by journalists today that Isak has went AWOL. He's went to Spain without the approval of Newcastle United. Eddie Howe has not denied the claims. Eddie Howe has not backed the player, and the player now, despite the club telling him not to go to Real Sociedad, the players went there and he's now training by himself with his own medical team at a football club where he has a 10% sell-on clause if he leaves Newcastle. So Real Sociedad are getting a 10% sell-on clause in this deal, and they are now nursing this guy and make sure he is 100% fit to leave Newcastle this summer. I mean, what a disgrace this is, by the way. And I don't want to hear any of this crap from Liverpool fans coming out of this video. Liverpool fans watching this video now, you cannot defend this. You cannot defend what the players doing here. You cannot say Newcastle are holding them hostage. No, we are not. We are clearly trying to replace Isak. You can see in the transfer market, we are clearly trying to bring players in. We are trying to get Benjamin Sesko, and even that looks like it might not happen for Newcastle. We are seriously struggling in this tour. I've lost every game so far during this summertime, and Newcastle is attempting to try and get players in before we let Isak go. And you have a player now who is actively trying his best to peeve Newcastle United off, looking to get under Eddie Howe's skin and looking to force a move. You have to look at this situation and tell me that Isak's in the wrong. He 100% is. I don't want to hear any of this stuff, well, he's stuck by us, the club's let him down. He's let himself down. I'm not having this at all. Yes, I can agree with the ownership. Yes, I can agree with the club's part of it. But has he acted in a way that a player would act when trying to get out of a football club? No, he has not. He's went out to Spain, and Newcastle's told him not to go to Spain with an injury, and he's went out to Spain anyway, just for the sake of it. He's went there just so he can do his own training, just so he can stay as far away from Newcastle as possible and interact with no one at a football club. It's honestly a joke. You are a contracted, obligated player to Newcastle. You should have to do what we tell you to do. You are getting paid money every single week from this football club, and he is ignoring the club. He's not interacting with the club. He could be easily out in his Asia tour. He's not out in his Asia tour. The guy's on his own tour in bloody Spain. He's out having a great time in Spain, and we are on our arses. We are struggling in this transfer market, and you have a player now that is taking the absolute piss out of us, and I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough at all. And of course, you can imagine from Newcastle fans, they've been a bit peeved off by the situation as well. And you've even had supporters today at the training ground this morning put up the bed sheets. I haven't seen the bed sheets since Steve Bruce used to put them back up when Steve Bruce is around. He used to always put up the whole messages towards Steve. But this time, and it's the first time I've seen the bed sheets since a takeover, but someone's put one up saying Alexander Isak is a pure rat. Now, I think the terminology is a bit weird, actually. I don't think anyone at Newcastle would say pure rat. It doesn't seem like a Geordie terminology. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but that seems like something that would be said at your side of the river. But yeah, whatever. That was on the training ground this morning. There's been a few photographs taken at different angles of it. And, I mean, I can't exactly blame the fan, to be honest. So I think the fan's correct. Yes, would I personally do that? And should you be going to the training ground doing that? Probably not. It is still an active transfer, and we have now given Isak and his agent the leverage to leave this club. They were trying to force their way out anyway, but Now they have even more leverage. They can just go to Newcastle, well, look what the fans are saying about us. We want out. The fans aren't treating us right. We want to get out of this football club. You've essentially given leverage to really be able to just not come back to Newcastle, just to say, well, you know, they're putting this stuff up about Isak outside the training ground. My client could be under threat. We're not going to come back. Like, it sounds stupid. It sounds petty. But honestly, agents and footballers will try this. They'll try stuff like this. And this is a guy, by the way, who was already trying stuff like this while we are out on our tour. What the hell is he going to do when he get back from our tour? And I'm at that point now where I'm almost so peeved off and so ticked off. I'm at a stage where I'm almost lenient to say just don't get rid of him. Just let him sit in the club and let him waste his own career here for the next 3 years. Of course, I'm not going to do that because Newcastle needs somebody and Newcastle needs to sell him. But I'm that done in by Isak and I'm that disgusted by Isak. I'm almost prepared just to, out of sheer bitterness, just let the guy sit in the club and to go nowhere. Just because he's done my head in that much. And I'm not having this again with Liverpool fans. You've seen the Trent stuff last season. I think obviously Trent is a very different situation to Isak. Of course, he left in the free, hometown hero, purposely ran his contract down to leave Liverpool. I get that that is a worse situation perhaps than the Isak stuff. But Liverpool fans, of course, were seething about that and living about that. So Liverpool fans, you can't come out in this video now and be buzzing and continue to encourage this behaviour by Isak because it's not on, it's not correct at all. And if you get Isak this summer, does it feel right? Does it feel like you've earned him in the right opportunity now? I'm not stopping him from going to Liverpool. Newcastle is probably not going to stop him from going to Liverpool. I get if that's the move he wants to make. I'm not going to stop a player from doing that. But there's a way you go about it. And he's an absolute disgrace to this football club. Now, I will call me a disgrace now because I think it is that bad. Even Michael Owen was not this bad at Newcastle. For the most part, he actually played when he was available. He actually did play. While I think he's an absolute arsehole, and since he's left the football club, he's talked nothing but smack about Newcastle. At least when he had his contract at Newcastle, for the most part, the exception maybe being that Villa game we got relegated, at least he actually played, at least he actually wore the bloody shirt and went on the pitch and done something for Newcastle, whereas Isak has done all the work for Newcastle, yes, and now is refusing to do anything for this football club. I've never seen it from a player before. I've never ever seen a player treat us this badly before, and I'm not defending it anymore. Isak can get stuff, he can F off, and I'm that serious, he can properly F off now. And I don't think it's good enough. I really don't think it's good enough. Eddie Howe deserves better. And Eddie Howe's the sort of man as well that would probably forgive Isak. Eddie Howe's the sort of guy that would just let all this slide, let Isak come back and just pretend nothing happens, because that's the sort of person he is. But we as fans won't forget that. No matter what happens this season, we won't forget what Isak's done this summer. It is unforgivable. I seriously think it is. Our club, we are so far in the mud. We are so far in the crap at the minute. We are seriously struggling on the pitch to create chances. We are lacking new signings. We are desperate for someone to step before this club, and it hasn't happened. And Isak, a guy that's one of our highest earned players, of course, he's already still a part of this football club, and he's in Spain. What do you want me to say? The guy's in Spain. Might as well go to Benidorm while you're there, mate. It's a joke. Honestly, he's just taking the absolute mick out of Newcastle now. I'm not having this anymore. I find it hilarious almost, but it's just not. I feel for Eddie Howe. I feel for the club, and I just feel for those players because they've been let down. They have been let down. It may be strong words for me, but I think they have, and I don't think it's good enough. And Liverpool fans, I say it one final time, any of them watching this video, you can't defend this, you seriously can't defend this, and I would not see any Liverpool fans back this on social media, because deep down, you were all against Trent last season, so I don't want to hear any of this, Isak should be doing this, Isak deserves to do this garbage, because no, he doesn't. Does he deserve to treat our football club like this? No, he doesn't. And I haven't seen a player in a long, long time in the footballing world that's been this bad towards a club, and it's just not on at all. But yeah. Take care, guys. Let me know your opinions down below. Plenty of videos planned today. I'm at a few club events within the next couple of hours, so I've got to get sorted out and get all ready and everything. So appreciate you watching. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one.